Rango was never born a hero. It's his circumstances that led him to become a hero. Sometimes in life, the circumstances you face require you to step up and become something you're not. Something you've never been. Maybe not a hero like Rango, but sometimes all you can be is strong. Strong enough to survive the setbacks that show up in your life, the unexpected turns and curveballs that life throws at you. And I guarantee you in the end, that stuff changes you. When I made this channel, I said I was going to be fully transparent. And in that regard, 2 weeks ago, my girlfriend dumped me. Not gonna get into specifics. All I know is I was the best boyfriend I could be. And I guess that wasn't enough. So as of now, I'm going through heartbreak. And I'm not going to lie, it hurts like hell. However, the day after I got dumped, I watched Rango. And there were a few things that I picked up that have been helping me navigate the setback. So let's get into it. When Rango gets to the bar in the town of Dirt and the locals ask him who he is, he says to himself,
"Who am I? I could be anyone."
What I got from this is that in certain situations, we can choose who we're going to be. The coward who lets his circumstances diminish his existence, or the brave soul who rises to the occasion and embraces strength and grit. Rango would have introduced himself as the scared lizard he was, but he chose to define himself as who he wanted to be, not who he was. Deep down, I know we all know what or who we want to be. And maybe the circumstances you're in are not ideal. Could be financial setbacks, a breakup that makes you feel like a loser, or shattered dreams that make you question your confidence. But even in those moments, be brave. Don't you dare buckle due to the weight of your circumstances. Remember, bravery is not the lack of fear, but the ability to move forward in spite of fear. However, sometimes the pressure gets too high, and the people around us, or even we, question if we can handle the setbacks that show up on our doorsteps. When Rango was confronted by Rattlesnake Jake, a real badass, a real gunslinger, he lost all composure. He was embarrassed, mocked, and shamed in front of the same community he swore to protect. And so he walked off to meet his demise. This happens in real life too. How many young men and women take their own lives when it gets too hot in the kitchen? How many more young men and women have ended up becoming statistics by their own hand because life punked them and asked, "What are you gonna do about it?" I almost went down that road in 2023. And maybe the reason I'm still here is so whoever's watching this video could have hope and maybe have something to believe in. The spirit of the West told Rango some very powerful words.
No man can walk out on his own story.
You can end your story, but you can never walk out on your own story. In our previous video, which is linked in the top right corner, Master Oogway tells Master Shifu the same thing.
One often meets his destiny on the road he takes to avoid it.
That's the only confirmation you need to know you were built for tough to go through whatever you're going through. And the strongest soldiers get the hardest fights. And the realest people live the hardest lives. Now ask yourself, if you are the best version of yourself in whatever situation you're in right now, what would you do? You see, there comes a point in everyone's life where they have to make that split-second decision. Take a chance and risk it all, or play it safe and live in misery. Rango decided to be the hero, not because his circumstances changed, but because his mindset changed. And he went back to Dirt to do what had to be done. And when those problems face you like Rattlesnake Jake and tell you you don't have the strength to make it through, I want you to look them dead in the eye and say,
Try me.
When the posse and Rango were camping out in the desert, Spoon said a very interesting prayer, and I quote, "Ain't always spoken right to you, Spirit of the West, but tonight, I want to thank you for bringing Sheriff Rango into our lives. It's a hard life we got. Sometimes I don't know how we're gonna make it, but somehow Sheriff Rango makes me think we will. We needed a brave man, and you sent us one. Nice to have someone to believe in again. Thank you, Spirit of the West. Amen." Rango was a symbol of hope to the people of Dirt because he chose to be and act strong himself, even if he wasn't. And that gave them a reason to believe that no matter how hard it got, they still had a fighting chance. And so I tell you today, my friend, your strength might liberate others just like you. Hell, you might even save a life. So don't give up and become the hero in your own story. So give him hell, and when the messenger of misery visits you, look it dead in the eye and say,
Try me.
Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. And always remember to keep trekking, fam.